we can help. I'll BS. They ain't gonna give me free money, What's this nonsense? What is this? What is this? Yo, what's going on? Alright, so a lot of people, think my song's about them, but this one ain't for none of you. I'm joking. Okay, no. But seriously, everybody thinks I'm like so cocky and full of myself. I'm actually not. I'm actually really like humble and down to earth. I know it's hard to believe, right? But it's true. But it is what it is, man. Like some people just gonna think that. But I'm actually not like that. Like like I guess I play like a character. Cause that's kind of what people want to watch, It's like, oh, you're so full of yourself, and I just say like dumb stuff like, nah, I ain't full of myself, or nah, I ain't overflowing, y'all just empty, But that's just like, for jokes. I don't actually think or feel that way. You're all, you're not empty. You're all great, But yeah, so I don't even know why I have to clear that up. It's not like I have like a, big ass audience. But you know what I mean? Even one person counts to me, you know what I mean? It's like one view. That's a huge deal for me, and I guess like that's maybe why people think I'm cocky. Cause somebody was like, oh, you only get like one view, and like, you're so full of yourself. Like, oh, I can only imagine what you'd be like if you actually had a decent following, right? And I kinda, like, I get what they're trying to say. Like, I do kind of get it, but what they don't understand is my point of view, you know? Like, what if, like, I'm just so humble, that even that one view, that one view, it's like the equivalent of like millions and billions of people. Because that's how humble I am. Get what I mean? Like, that's how big of a deal it is for me. So even like if it's just one view, for me it's like the whole world, because I'm so humble. But I can't even say I'm humble, because me saying I'm humble is like me trying to be all proud of being humble, right? And like being humble is just like being in the moment and just being, not even saying you're humble or trying to act like it. So I guess I'm just not gonna say anything about it anymore. But then isn't that kind of pretentious? Like I'm trying to like follow all these rules and all that, so I'm considered humble. Isn't that kind of like prideful too, because you're doing it for a certain result? So I guess that's why I'm just saying it, because it's like I'm just being real, But see, it's like the Matrix, like everything just seems like it's like planted in your brains. Every thought is like, what do you even know what's really real, Like, how do you know like what thought you're feeling is even actually like your thought, and not like somehow planted there by the media or like the news, or just like other sources with like indirect ways, you know what I mean? So I don't know, think about it. Don't you guys feel like sometimes like when the news or the media says a certain thing, even though they like are trying to push like a really positive message, right? But sometimes it also feels like, what if they have like ulterior motives? You know what I mean? Like they're saying this, whatever it is, right? And then they're kind of bringing it into attention, right? But it's like, are they really trying to like say, nice stuff? Or are they actually just trying to like, you know, like, I don't know, make you think otherwise about whatever topics at hand? You get what I'm kind of saying? Like, instead of like not even mentioning like bad things, right? They're like, oh, it shouldn't be like that, but they're still talking about the bad stuff, indirectly. So I don't know. Like, how do you really know like what to even believe anymore? I mean, if you think about it, what's really like, what are advertisements and the whole media really about? Pretty much to make people buy things they don't really need, right? So if everybody's just trying to sell stuff, and make money, how can you really trust anything at all? You know? How can you trust like whatever messages they might be putting forth, Even though they might be proper messages, but how do you know they don't have like other motives behind that message? Get what I mean? Like maybe they're selling some product. Get what I mean? It's just an example, like, you know, that might relate to the news or whatever, but I don't know, these are just examples. Maybe I'm totally wrong, and that's fine too. Cause I'm not no Albert Einstein, yo, clearly, but you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, I was just thinking like that. Is like, how do we really know exactly what messages to even listen to, or is it better to not listen to any messages at all? I mean, especially like the radio, the music they play sometimes, you know? It just, I don't know, it's hard to explain, you know? It always feels like they're trying to like push some kind of agendas, and I feel like a lot of people actually get brainwashed by like the music on the radio. Cause if some song comes out that's like really popular, whatever, like they actually start trying to emulate it. Like they'll start trying to live their lives according to that song, and like to kind of fit in with like that song's demographics and everything. And I feel like that's really dangerous, because most of the songs, like, they kind of have like not so positive undertones, right? But I don't know, I feel like they're like kind of brainwashing people in an essence, in that way. Cause like, you know what I mean? But whatever, I mean, that could just be like me talking nonsense, but I always like felt that like every time some song came out, like it had a great impact on how people acted. Even in like, you know what I mean? Like, or I don't know, man, it's hard to explain. It's like the whole YOLO thing. You only live once, that got popular after a song. Get what I mean? Like, we pretty much already knew, like, we only really have this life, right? Like, yeah, like, we can believe in reincarnation and all that, but what we have at the moment right now is still gonna be this life. Even if there is a reincarnation, right? There might be in another life. But in this life, this is the life we have. So, like, pushing that whole YOLO thing, oh, you only live once nonsense, right? It's like they're just stating the obvious, but they're stating it in such a way that it makes you do, like, possibly negative things and negative actions, Thinking that, oh, you might not live forever, so just, like, be reckless, do whatever. And nah. Like, you already know you're probably not gonna live forever unless they come up with some kind of technology, right? So why do they even have to like push that message? But because they push it in such a way, it actually has negative outcomes. And people make like bad decisions that they often end up regretting, sooner or later. You know what I mean? Down the road anyways. So it's like pointless. Like, I feel like it's kind of dangerous, to be honest. the stuff they try to push, even like the songs, the wordings, like every little thing is like, the consumer, they're just so sensitive to like the information or the songs or whatever. Like, get what I mean? Like, that's why, like, some of my music, if not all of it, it kind of like, it's more like in a real sense. Like, I'm not saying my music is awesome or anything, but it's like, it kind of like tries to show, like, I don't know, like a different perspective, I guess, on things. Even though, like, I clearly suck at making music and rapping and all that. But if, like, you guys look at, like, how, like, the songs these days kind of like sexualize women, right? And a lot of young girls think like that kind of lifestyle is fine. I actually made a song about that, I think it's called Stripper Love or something like that. And yeah, it's like it kind of like tries to like talk sense into girls. You know what I mean? It's like trying to use music for the proper way. So yeah, I mean, you know, I know it's not famous or whatever, and I'm not no famous rapper, but I guess it's the whole thing, like, just putting it out there in the world. You know what I mean? If somebody comes across it and it helps them improve their life or change their perspective and helps them make better decisions in their lives, then, that's really the whole point, right? I mean, yeah, fame and money, that's awesome, no doubt about it, right? Having like your pictures with like those hottest like actresses and all that, you know what I mean? All the hot girls wanting, yeah, that's awesome, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like the message is what's important too. I mean, I could, like, what if like I could put out like really like bad messages, right? But it makes me super rich and everything, and I get all like the hottest chicks and like all the fame and money, right? But at the same time, like, my negative music is ruining lives and people's futures and everything. Like, what is that money and fame worth at that point? Get what I mean? It's not worth anything, because like, you ruin so many lives. Like, yeah, congratulations on your like your Oscar or whatever it's called for the music, right? But look at all the lives you ruined to get there. So I don't believe in that kind of music, Like, some of it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool to listen to sometimes, but I feel like there has to be proper music too, that actually teaches like the youth, like, I don't know, valuable lessons. Not even the youth alone, like everyone, anyone, can apply like these teachings or like these kind of, I don't know, perspective changes. I don't know, that's just my opinion. But it is what it is, So yeah, it's I put it out there, it's out there. And if somebody comes across, if they're destined to come across it, then they'll come across it, right? And hopefully it'll maybe change their lives for the better.